Hello, hi, and hey, what's going on? This is Cody, and you are tuned into B-Boy 45, broadcasting from the Seacrest Studios here at Children's Hospital, Colorado. I am very, very excited to bring another edition of the latest news to keep you in the group with Maya. Maya, who is on the line with us today?
Mark Ambor.
Mark Ambor, welcome.
How's it going? So great to be here.
Hey, we're so excited to have you. How you doing?
I'm good. I am just hanging out in my studio right now.
And where is your studio?
So my studio is in New York. I'm actually in a little bit north of the city in Westchester is the county. And yeah.
Well, great. Well, I know Maya has a ton of questions for you, and this is, after all, her show. So Maya, take it away.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for calling in. I have been so excited to talk to you. And my sister is also a huge fan of yours, so she was very excited that I was talking to you as well. So
thank you so much. That really means the world. It's crazy because my music has been, doing its own thing since TikTok came along. And before that, it's crazy that no one really knew about it. And now, I don't know, it's just so nice to hear people, it's resonating with people and that it means something to you. That's really nice to hear. So thanks.
Yeah. So my first question for you is, what first sparked your interest in music?
So I grew up playing piano. My mom had me take lessons when I was young, and I it was more like learning classical music and never really singing. And I didn't really like learning that because I was listening to songs on the radio that were pop songs or whatever they were at the time. And I decided I didn't want to keep learning classical songs. So I quit. And a few months later, I decided I missed it. So I had a piano in my house and I went back and I started going on YouTube or learning by ear songs I had been listening to on the radio. And at the time, I also in high school, I had a friend who made her own songs. And I always kind of thought that was a cool thing. So I asked her, how do you do that? And what she told me, she comes up with a musical riff, whether it's on piano or guitar, and then just kind of writes what she's feeling over it. And I kind of kept that in the back of my mind, and I went through high school, and I'm 24 now, by the way. This summer going into college, I was not super excited to go to college, particularly. I liked high school. I had friends in high school that I enjoyed and that I was really close to. And I was just feeling kind of lost. And I decided one day, I'm going to try to sit down and write a song. I never really sang for anyone. And I wrote a song, recorded on voice memos on my phone, and I actually sent it to my parents that night because I was kind of proud of it, and they'd never heard me sing. And a few hours later, they're a bit older, not the best with technology. And a few hours later, they responded, and my mom was like, it was in a group chat. Then my mom was like, "Who's this artist? We like this song." And I was like, "What do you mean, Mom? It's me. What do you mean?" And yeah, so that was kind of just a cool moment, and that was kind of what started me making my own songs. And it's just kind of progressed since then, where I picked up guitar, teaching myself how to produce more and just writing a lot more. And then TikTok came along and that's been, helping me since.
Oh, cool. So who are your musical inspirations?
Yeah. Well, I have a few. The main one I'd say is, I don't know if you're a fan of Coldplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Coldplay because for a few reasons. I think each of their albums is pretty unique and has a different, sound, which I think is interesting. And I think it's something that is cool. I also just like kind of the spirit of that Coldplay is, which is kind of just we're all in this together, kind of harmony and togetherness. And that's something that I definitely resonate with and that I like, and that I want to be something that people feel at my shows one day. So I'd say Coldplay is the number one, but then there are also always songs that I hear that inspire me. What are some recent ones that I really like? Oh, Harry Styles' new song. I love that song, As It Was. That's a good one. So yeah, just songs come along, but I say Coldplay is the main really inspiration.
Oh, cool. So what is your songwriting process like?
Yeah. So, well, I'd say it's different a lot, but so what happened was I was just making music alone in here before I made a TikTok and people started discovering me. And when I would write alone, I would do what that girl in high school had told me. I'd come up with a riff on piano or guitar, and I'd kind of just like whatever I was feeling, I would kind of just let it flow out of me. I would kind of just kind of like mumble melodies until a word came, and then I would kind of latch onto that word and I'd kind of like build a song around it. And then as I've been discovered more, I've had the opportunity to go into like writing sessions with songwriters and stuff. And then it's kind of turned into more of a conversation with them for a while. And then we'll hear, just learning about each other. We'll like pick out things that are interesting and we'll kind of be like, let's try to write a song about this. And we'll kind of move in that direction. So it kind of goes both ways in that sense.
Oh, cool. What was the inspiration for your song Waves?
So Waves that was one that I actually wrote alone, but I worked on it with a producer friend of mine named Brandon and Jonah too, two producer friends. And that one was kind of, at the time when I wrote that, which was about a year ago, I was just people were discovering me on TikTok, and my music was starting to do something for the first time. And I thought I'd be like the happiest I'd ever been in the world, but there were still just problems just in my life that were bothering me. And it was kind of just came out of me, that song. It was just about, like growing up's hard and it's about riding the waves of just like the ups and downs in all of our lives and kind of just being okay with that and realizing that like life is what it is. And it's amazing that we all get to be in this world for the little time we are. And it's just, that's kind of what that song's about to me. And I don't know. I love that song.
Yeah, I love it too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So how have TikTok and Instagram helped propel your music?
So I've touched on the TikTok bit a bit, but basically it makes it way easier for people to discover you and hear you, and like in a new way that no one ever has. And people like used to say Spotify, it's like easy to discover new artists, but TikTok and Instagram make it even easier to really get yourself out there and show, people your music and who you are and that whole thing. And yeah, it's been a really cool tool to have for the first time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what song instantly makes you want to have a dance party?
Of mine or of just in general?
Both.
Okay. All right. Well, I think Waves. For mine, it would be Waves. Waves makes me want to get up and jump, and I can't wait to perform that live one day. But for another artist, do you have one off the top of your head?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot.
I know, right? So that's a hard question.
Yeah. I feel like really anything by Tyler Posey.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that right now is like my go-to. So
yeah. Well, so I guess in general, I mean, hold on, I'm just trying to think. So I guess songs I've recently been listening to. Do you know the song? Are you a fan of Lorde?
Yeah, I haven't. I don't like listen to a ton of her music, but what I have heard, I like. So.
Right. So, I mean, there's a song that she has where it's called Perfect Places, and the chorus I think is awesome. That makes me want to jump. But in terms of like, I guess more recent songs that we just talked about, that part in As It Was by Harry Styles, the end, where he's like, hey, and then it's like, da-na-na-na-na. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the very end. I love that part. I think that part makes me want to like have a huge dance party. So yeah. Also, do you know Dayglow by chance?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, no, they just have a similar vibe to that song that I like. But if you don't, maybe you should check them out.
Yeah. Okay, I'm grabbing a pen so I can write them down. Dayglow?
Yeah, Dayglow.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Or-
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a song that like makes me want to have a dance party, but it's Taylor Swift's song All Too Well. My sister and I will, whenever she's down from college, we will just go on drives and just like roll down the windows and scream that song.
Yeah, no, that's a great one. Are you talking about the new 10-minute version, or you mean just like the original?
Yeah, both.
Yeah. I actually didn't really know that song until she came out with it recently. Like until she did the thing recently where she did her version and stuff. And it's a really good song. I like that song a lot.
Yeah. I also didn't know about it until she came out with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one of your songs is or will be your favorite to like perform? Or I don't know. I'm like stumbling over all my words, but I don't know if you've like performed before, but if you have, which one is your favorite to perform?
So I've only done a few shows, and none with a band yet, which is ultimately like the what I want to have. But I would say in the ones I've performed and how I envision the performances to be is I don't know. I'm kind of torn because I think The Long Way, I don't know if you're familiar with The Long Way.
Yeah.
I think that one's going to be just fun to perform because it's done pretty well on streaming platforms. People are going to know that one really well. And I guess over time people know Waves too, but I feel like The Long Way is kind of like a vibe of a song, but then Waves is kind of like just like you want to like jump up and down and just have a great time and scream too. And so for that reason, I would say one of those, but I think it's going to be the most fun to perform Waves.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So do you plan on releasing any new music soon?
So yeah, actually next week I'm releasing a song. And it's called Hair Toss Arms Crossed. And it's about it's kind of just about chasing. It's about the chase. It's about playing the game. It's about wanting things that you can't have. And it's having its little moment on TikTok right now, and that's pretty exciting. It has like 30,000 pre-saves right now, so I'm really excited to release this one.
Yeah, I am so excited for you to release that one, because whenever I hear it, like it will just stay stuck in my head for days. So
I love that so much. It's actually, I haven't announced yet that it's coming out next week, but so you're the first one to hear that it's coming out next week.
Oh, yay.
In a few days, I'm going to announce it, but yeah, I'm really excited for that one to come out.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What?
No, I just said I'm glad you're enjoying it and you're excited for it.
Yeah. Yeah, so what somewhat horrible song do you secretly love?
Oh, that's a hard question. Somewhat horrible song that I secretly love. I mean, I'm not really a big fan. I don't know. Do you like country music?
Only a little bit. Not.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm not really a fan of country music, but like, especially like pop country music, because I don't know. There's something that I just not my taste. But sometimes like some of my friends like it, and I'll discover a song through them, and it'll be like Florida Georgia Line or something like that, and it'll just be a song that like is stuck in my head, and I'll like have this guilty pleasure of like listening to it, but like I won't tell anyone that I'm listening to it. So yeah, I'd probably say some song by them. Yeah, there's one called Confession that gets stuck in my head a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you have a song like that?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like there are a couple. I'm trying to remember, like it was just the other day, there was a song stuck in my head that I don't like, but I couldn't get it out of my head, and now I can't remember what it was.
Well, that's good. You don't want it in your head again.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, is there a show that you're currently binge watching?
So that's something that I am really bad at doing. The only show I've ever really gotten into is Stranger Things, and I'm really excited for that. I think a new season's coming. But for some reason, I don't really watch many shows. I know that sounds really boring, but I don't know. I'll like be making a song instead or something. But do you have any show recommendations that I should definitely check out?
Oh, yeah, I love The Rookie. That is one of my favorite shows. It's on ABC, and it's with Nathan Fillion.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also been watching his older show, Castle, which is really good. That's that's pretty much what I'm watching right now. Like I'm rewatching The Rookie. And I mean, Will and Grace is always another go-to show for me. But yeah, my mom and I are actually trying to find a new show to binge watch together. So
yeah, I'll have to check those out. I don't watch any of those. Just the only one I've ever really gotten super into was Stranger Things. Do you watch that at all or no?
I don't. I've watched a couple episodes, but I actually couldn't really get into it. So,
fair enough.
So
that's funny.
Yeah. Okay. So, what would be on the gag reel of your life?
Damn, that's a hard question. Wow. What do you exactly mean by that?
I've never really thought of exactly what I mean by that question. But just really like something, I guess, that is just kind of like ridiculous and like funny.
Yeah. I'm trying, I guess like, I mean, I think it's, wow, that's a really hard question. I'm just trying to think of like things that are kind of like ironic that have happened to me. Well, I think it's kind of interesting that like I never sang for anyone, and now that's like what I'm doing with my life. That's pretty random, but yeah, I don't know. I also like, it's really interesting because we have home videos of me like when I was super young, like I have this old guitar and I'm just like hitting the strings as hard as I can. It doesn't sound good at all, and I'm just like screaming. I'm screaming like random words. And I never even really discovered those till recently when I was already making music. And like, I don't know, I think there's something interesting about that, how it kind of, it's like when I was young, I was doing something that I now enjoy doing when I'm older, and like all this in between space, I never really knew I enjoyed doing it until later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a funny thing. I feel like it's kind of random, but
yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of random, this is kind of random, but that's me. I'm always just randomly saying things that doesn't have anything to do with the conversation. But I have a few more show recommendations for you.
Oh yeah, what shows?
Teen Wolf.
Okay. The poster back there.
Yeah. Yeah. The Flash and Arrow.
Okay. I'll have to check those out.
Yeah.
The Flash.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've heard of Teen Wolf before. I haven't heard the other two, but I'll check them all out.
Cool. Yeah, I love all of those shows, and like Arrow and The Flash were like what got me through like the start of the pandemic, and then Teen Wolf, it was I just watched it last year, and that got me through like the whole summer when it was like so hot here that I did not want to go outside at all. So
How hot does it get?
I don't even remember. It was in like the, I think, high 80s or like 90s, and I don't do well in the heat. So I can't go outside.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, when it's too hot, it's not fun outside.
Yeah. So I pretty much the whole summer I just stayed in and binge watched Teen Wolf. So
that's hilarious. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a bad summer because I love that show. So
it does not sound like a bad. That sounds like a pretty good summer, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just have 2 more questions for you.
Sounds good.
But so every week on like my social media, I always give my like top 5 picks for like anything in the entertainment industry. And so I wanted to ask you, well, so for this week, my top 5 picks include the new Disney Plus movie, Better Nate Than Never, and the return of the rookie, and the new movie Ambulance, which comes out on Friday, and then the 2 songs Go the Distance by New Rules and Perfectly Made by Adrian Mitchell, which also come out on Friday. And you have been part of my top 5 multiple times.
That's amazing.
So, and all of your music and any new music that you're releasing will be part of my top 5. But I wanted to ask you what your top 5 is.
For this week?
Yeah.
Wow. So my week's been consumed by this song Hair Toss, Arms Crossed, that's been doing well on TikTok. We've just been, since it started doing well, we've been trying to like get it done, like, and get it out as soon as we can. Right.
Yeah.
So all of my days for the past week have just been, like finishing production on it, mixing it, getting it mastered, which is just all steps, and releasing it, and like uploading it to like distribution sites like Spotify and Apple and Amazon and YouTube and Tidal and all that stuff, and like getting a video set up for when it's out. So I haven't even, honestly, this week, I haven't paid any other attention to anything except just getting this song done. So I don't even know what's going on around me. I know the group New Rules though, and that's cool that they have a song coming out. I'm gonna investigate that. But yeah, have they been teasing it?
Yeah, they have.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's exciting. Are you a fan of their other music, I assume? Or is it this song you discovered them with?
No, I love their other music too. I discovered them from their song Really Wanna Dance With You.
Okay.
And then my sister really likes their song Pasta, so then I listened to that, and that is now just one of my favorite songs in the world. And so I've just been listening to all their music.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have a better answer for that. I honestly just really have not been paying attention to anything except trying to get this song done and out, because it's happened so fast that people have been reacting to it. And I didn't expect it, honestly. So it's super exciting. Like I'm not complaining at all. I love it so much, but I haven't had time to like really like sit down and relax for a second, but I'm glad I'm here. I feel like I'm relaxing here just talking to you.
Yeah. So, well, okay, now I have a question for you. I was wondering if you've ever heard the New Rules song Pasta, or what songs of theirs you like.
Of New Rules?
Yeah.
So I actually do know the song Pasta. That's actually the only, I'm going to Spotify right now, just looking at it because to make sure that's the only one I know. But off the top of my head, that's the only one I know, which is a cool one. I love that one.
Yeah.
Really want to dance with you. I haven't heard that one. I'm going to check that one out after we get off the Zoom. But your recommendation is Pasta, which is a good one. I know that one. And Really Want to Dance to You. Those are the top two.
Yeah, and Cheers. Those are the top three.
Okay, cool. I'm going to check all of those out.
Cool.
Yeah.
So my last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real life superhero and why?
I love that question. Like personally to me, or do you think, or like in general of like, just like humanity in general? Like, do you mean like someone that's saved? I feel like a lot of people are personally like my superhero.
Yeah, personally.
Okay. Well, I would say, so, trying to like make music and do this thing as a job, or as like a full-time, I guess what would become like a career, and something that I don't really see it like that at all. I see it as something I enjoy doing that I can do full time. But when I first decided that I wanted to really try to do this, my family was like a little bit like hesitant kind of, because, it's a hard thing to do, to be successful at it, or at least start to be. And I have a brother and a sister who are both older than me. I'm the baby. But my brother was always supportive from like the very beginning in like whatever way he could be, even if it was just like listening to stuff I was making and like that whole thing. And I don't know. I feel like I know it's like a small thing, but to me, it was like really important to me. It was, it was like he was listening to something I was really passionate about when no one else cared. And I don't know. I feel like, and he's a good role model. He, he's successful in his own right, and he's just like a good person. And yeah, I just feel like I don't have like a crazy story of some like, person really saving my life in any particular way, but he was really just important in helping me, go after what I wanted, So I feel like that's kind of like a hero to me, someone that helped me realize myself that I could do what I have dreamed of doing,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, cool. I love that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling in. It's been so fun talking to you.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me and reaching out, and thanks for listening to the music and being interested in interviewing me. And yeah, I'm excited to do this again someday.